Hi everybody, this is Celtic Manga, and today we are going to learn to draw the side profile. So grab a pencil and paper and draw along if you wish. We're just going to get right into it this time, no explanation needed. As always, we're going to start with a circle. This time I'm going to be more deliberate about my line placement, so give me just a moment here. And then I'm going to erase out the portions of the circle that don't fit the intended shape of the circle. I know it's a little weird, but let's try to get it as circular as possible. There is a circle tool in Clip Studio Paint, but since most of you are using pencil and paper, I would rather just do this the natural way. I feel like you learn more that way, just do things naturally. You can really take your time making the circle nice if you want to. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I think this is pretty good. Yeah, here we go. Let's flip our canvas to see what we can fix there. And we got a really cool reference image here too. Just a cool side profile with some really curly hair. Big fan of curly hair. All right. All right, there we go. I think that should about do the trick. Here's some of this here. Yeah. Round this off right here. Okay. Yeah, I really felt like getting the circle a lot more perfect this time just because it's going to help. All right, and as always, we're going to divide the head in half about where the character is facing. So if this character's head was this type of circle, and I know their basic profile is going to be like that, that means it's going to be tilted slightly. So it's going to be like that, and that is going to be like that. And if you're wondering how my lines are so straight instead of like this, that's because off screen you're not seeing me using a special ruler that I can use with a tablet. It's not any special setting or whatever I'm using. Like, this is me drawing a straight line without a ruler, and this is a straight line I'm drawing with a ruler. Nothing crazy, nothing cheaty about it. I just have a literal physical ruler in my hand. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and do this off of the reference image. Get a line like this, and then one that is directly perpendicular like that. Now let's undo that. Let's try to get it a little bit more accurate and perpendicular to this line. Something like, yeah, something like that. That's good enough. And then we can get a line that is about like this across the front. It doesn't matter how long the line is because we can always erase it. All right, and of course, we want to metaphorically chop the side of the head off. It's gonna be about this big. It's gonna be another circle within a circle, just like this. Again, I'm really going to try to focus on getting these circles as nice as possible, just so all the proportions turn out to be accurate. Oh, and there's my air conditioning turning on if you can hear it. Oh well. All right, here we go. This is good. All right, and again, flip the canvas, see if there's anything that we can correct. All right. There we go. And of course, feel free to pause the video if you're having trouble drawing fast or anything like that. Do what you need to do, take your time. Because art is all about going slow. Slow is smooth, and smooth will translate into being fast. All right, now we are going to draw the jawline. If you'll notice on this graph right here, you will see that her ear is in the lower quadrant, this half of the circle. So we are going to draw the ear in the same way in this lower part. Just approximately where it would be. In fact, I think it goes a little further back like this. Yep. Something like this. And we can erase some of the unneeded lines afterwards. And this is going to create our second line, which aligns with the bottom of the nose. As you all know, the top part of the ear aligns with the eyes, and the bottom part of the ear aligns with the nose. We've got something pretty decent for a side profile. Now we're just going to add the jawline in, and really you can just do this intuitively, but the jaw's going to go like this. And then we're going to have it kind of come over like this and curve. The face will be drawn out like out here. That's kind of a bad representation, but key point, it does not end here at this line. This is just the mask. If I were to draw over it, it's going to be, again, this line right here. And you'll see that there is a facial shape that comes out of this mask, just like that. So keep that in mind when we are drawing over the face. All right, let's go ahead and add the neck as well, because it's good to get the pose of the neck. And if you look at this, the jaw shape on the right side goes like this, but there's also this triangular shape here, and there is her neck that kind of comes down like this, and then her shoulder kind of like that. That's just the shapes that I'm noticing. So we want to emulate that as accurately as possible. So her jawline is going to come this way just a little bit. It's going to be very subtle. I'm going to draw like a little guideline here, and have it come down like this, and then over like that. And the back of her neck is covered up by her hair, but the thing about heads is it's always going to kind of curve back like this on the back of the head. And because we're looking at her kind of from the, like a side back-ish view, this part of her neck will come out like that, and there will be a shoulder right there. We're not going to focus too much on anatomy, of course, but her other shoulder is probably going to be somewhere like this. So we've already got a really good, decent shape. And for those of you not familiar with this, if you didn't watch my other video on how to draw the shape, what we just did is called the Loomis Method. You would do well to remember it. It is a very good technique for drawing heads. Now let's add some basic features. First, we're going to do this part of the side profile. There's a lot of intricate shapes, but I can simplify it for you. So what we're going to do is take this part of the circle and go just a little further out. And we're going to draw the brow line, which starts right here, and then it kind of comes inwards like this. And this is where the eyes are going to be, approximately. That's the eye line. So the eye line and the brow line are pretty close together, but they're also going to be a little bit further apart. And I'm actually going to correct the ear because, again, I messed up here just a little bit, so my bad on that. But her ear is actually going to be back like this. Sorry about the weirdness of the shape. But this is what I do continually when I draw. I never let anything be set in stone. I always leave it sketchy. And I just draw what I feel is right. And if I need to change it slightly or move the proportions around, I do that too. It's all a process. No line you put down is set in stone. In fact, you're free to just start over if you wish. That's all up to you though. And then this point right here, we're gonna use this to aim out for about where the nose would be. I notice that this line actually comes right here and then kind of comes out. Well, it seems to go like this and then out like this. Yeah. So there's like a line here, a straight line, and then a line that comes out, kind of like that for the nose. Don't make the mistake of just doing this and then the line comes out. Make sure that there is a straight line separating the two to make sure that it turns out okay. And also don't do a curve. Do a straight line, straight line, straight line. Straight lines are usually better than curves, even if you're drawing a curve. It makes your figure look more sharp and defined. So always remember that. And actually, now that I think about it, this line is the bottom of the nose. So I messed up just a little bit. This is where the tip of the nose is going to be, and then it's going to come back like this. Kind of like that. And if we measure this distance here, we can see that the tip of the nose and that are about the same distance. Yeah, it's about the same. So there we go. Good stuff. We can add a little indication there if we want. And then now for the lips. I think there's a popular YouTuber that's going around saying something like juicy lips. I think she's like an indie YouTuber though. Cooleen or something like that. I don't know. Not a lot of people have heard of her, but yeah, we're going to add the juicy lips. Or whatever it's called. All right, yeah, here we go. There's the lips, just the outer shape of it. And look at this fold right here. See how it kind of folds inwards and then it comes down? That's what we're going to do. We're going to use a few straight lines to define it. Like I said, straight lines are better than curves. And then you can curve it out on the way back up. That's the process. Draw straight lines, then draw the curves. Now that we've got the actual side profile, we can actually now start adding in the overall shapes of the face. The overall more detailed forms and figure of the face. But let's go ahead and flip our canvas to make sure that everything is accurate. What I'm going to do here is actually drag this piece over and see how well it lines up with the thing that I was drawing. You know what? That's pretty accurate. I got the lips slightly wrong, but I got the nose. The nose is pretty on the nose, you might say. The ear's in the right place. Look at that. Look at the ear. It's pretty good. The shoulder's a little off, but I am going to leave it as is. Because, you know, this is in my own style. I'm just going to... I can Control-Z. Control-Z it back to the part where it was. Okay. Sweet. But yeah, I think I'll bring these lips in just a little bit. And just kind of make some little, what I like to call micro adjustments or micro corrections. You can kind of interchange that terminology. But I think that really, that balances out the picture and really captures the essence of the pose that we're trying to draw. So then her lips are going to be kind of like this. Remember, we're going to indicate. She's got like one tooth here, and it seems like her other teeth are here, but they're like covered up. So we're not going to draw the rest of that. We're just going to draw the teeth that are out like that. Yep. The little indication of the lips here. Make this top lip flow out just a little bit more. And we're making some good progress. After that, we're going to draw the eyes. You'll notice that the eyes here actually almost stop at this line right here, and then there is a considerable bit of distance between the actual end of the face and the beginning of the eye. And the same goes for the eyebrows. The eyebrows kind of extend a little bit further, but generally they line up. You'll also notice that the eyebrows are foreshortened. A mistake I see a lot of people make is that they will draw eyebrows like this, and then they'll draw their eyes like this on the side of the face. And you'll notice that no, it's not like that at all. Drawing them flat. The eyebrow will be more of a subtle thing right here, and the eye will actually be forward in kind of like a triangle shape like this. And you'll be able to just barely see the iris. It'll be like a little oval instead of a circle because you're seeing it from the side. And in addition to that, the planes of the face, the way it works is this comes down like this, and then this is right here, boom, and boom. And then this whole side that I'm shading, I'm going to erase this, but this whole side is actually flat, just like that. Just so you understand the geometry of the face and what you're really doing. But we're going to erase all that real quick. But I'll keep those guidelines in. Now that we've got these guidelines, I'm actually just going to leave them here. You can draw ears any way you want, but I like to represent them with just a few lines here and there. And then just coloring in some parts that are meant to be dark, but don't overdo it. Never overdo the ears. See how simple that is? And when you zoom out, it looks like a believable ear. You don't have to put too much thought into them, because they're not the focus of the face, the actual face is. Let's do another canvas flip and make sure everything looks good. And honestly, yeah, this looks fine. Okay, now let's draw the hair. So how do you draw curly hair? Well, what I don't want you to do is draw each individual strand like this. Absolutely not. Just draw them. Draw it as one big shape. It may take you a few tries, and you may have to stylize it yourself. And I get it, the curly hair is just a bunch of little individual strands, so you can do that for the front. Because right here, there's a strand here, 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 and here, and here, and here. So yeah, there's a lot. So do what you can there. Make it look nice and curly. But for the back part here, you can really just simplify this into one big shape. In fact, let me zoom out. Also, generally, most people's hair, where it starts, I'm going to put this in quotations, there's usually like a spot like right here on the head where your hair kind of swirls outwards. It's different from person to person, and it varies based on your ethnicity and all that stuff, but generally, it is right here. So this is where I like to start most of the hair shapes. And then you can make this come back. Just make sure that it balances and make it follow the rules of gravity. And then if we're going to draw the hairline, of course, I like to draw somebody as if they just got a fresh line up from the barber. And then their hair is going to come down like this, down here, and a little sideburn. Even if it's a lady, it's good to draw the hairline just so you know that everything is there, because if we look at this, hey, look at that. See? Line up. It's the same stuff. It is the same exact stuff. So now we're going to kind of smooth this out. You know, you can make it kind of curly, kind of wispy, and then you can erase the line underneath. I'm still going to leave the guidelines though, just so you guys can see the overall shape and form. There's a little strand of hair here. But now there is some hair right here coming behind the ear, so we're going to just add in some of these curly waves. And boom, we've got the hair shape. We actually have the hair shape. Just to show you what I mean, it's going to be more obvious once you erase the lines. I'm going to bring back the lines, but once you erase all the lines like this, you see how easy that was? Look at that, boom. Now we've got something that looks like a good side profile. Anyways, I'm going to bring back, that Control Y to redo that. Yeah, and maybe her hair comes back like this. I can't really see past this edge of the profile, so I'm just going to imagine that it comes back like that. Now her eye isn't facing forward, but I could leave it like that, but I actually want to emulate what this eye is doing, and I notice that her eye shape is kind of like the top is like this, and then the bottom is this curve, and then the iris is just filled in like that. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do the eye, just like it is in the picture. So a straight line across like that. I'm noticing that it's actually angled down considerably. So we're going to angle it down a little bit to give it that kind of mystique. And then we're going to give it this subtle curve. And oh boy, it's technically correct, but it's too high. So I'm actually going to do it below the eye line and give it more of a slight, ever so slight, like it's not parallel to this line, but it's slightly angled like that. And I'm going to indicate this time instead of making it look like I symbol drew something. See, even I make mistakes. I absolutely make all kinds of mistakes. Give her some eyelashes as well. And then just color that in for now. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then this is just my own little style, but I like to draw little triangles like this without an edge for some eyelash details. And actually, I can really, her eyelashes come up even further, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. You can really get detailed with this if you really want to. All right, let's flip the canvas to make sure it looks good. And honestly, that's pretty good. I noticed that she has some eyeshadow as well, so you can actually do cross-hatching to represent some of these subtle eyeshadow tones around her. When you're an artist and you are drawing pictures, and look at what a difference that makes. When you're drawing anything, especially people who wear makeup, not just ladies, there's men who wear makeup too. You would do well to study how people apply makeup to their face, because it is actually really, really important. Let's get her eyebrow as well. Her eyebrow kind of comes over like this. And then I'm going to keep all my lines going the same way. And it comes down like this. It's actually angled up a little more, so let me get that more correct. There we go. And let's just erase some of this. Oh, look at that. It's not an exact replica, but I think it fits, how I would do it in my own style. And I think yours looks great too, even though I can't see it. For her nose, you don't have to do all the detail here, but you can add just a couple of little indications. And it makes a world of difference. Look at that. And then you can add something like this, little cross hatching on the side. Anyways, that is basically how to draw the side profile. All you have to do now is just go in and I'm just going to leave this here so you can take a look at it. And this is how I approach the side profile. This is just the start. After this point, you would obviously erase every unneeded line and go in and do all this. And then once you're done erasing all the unneeded lines, look at how good that's starting to look. You can begin to add details and shading and color and things like that if you really want to. But yeah, this is a pretty decent start, I would say. I would turn this into an actual drawing, and if you want to see this as an actual drawing, let me know in the comments. I will finish this up, but only if people really want me to. Let's see what we got here. Balance out this shape here. Yeah, it's a little more balanced. Maybe there's a couple of strands falling like this because, you know, the head is a 3D shape and all that. Yeah, I'm just gonna finalize this video by like erasing every unneeded line right here and just showing you all kind of what the finished product would almost look like. Just the line work though, of course. And obviously this is a very rough sketch, but this is how I would draw a side profile. Again, always check your side profile and everything like that. There we go. Man, if I don't stop myself, I'll get carried away and I'll start drawing more. Hey, that's basically it. That's all I got for today. Next time on this little series we're going to do what's called the 3/4 angle, and you guys are really going to love that one. At any rate, this is Celtic Manga signing out. You guys have a wonderful day. Got some bonus content for you. So I actually ended up correcting the neckline here. See, previously the neckline was out like this, like it was in the video, and I didn't follow my own advice, and so I had to go back in and correct where I did a line like this, a line like this, and one like that, and now it is correct. Just wanted to put that out there. I was working on the thumbnail as I was doing this, but yeah, it should look much better now. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.